Diane and Denmark here, new series starting today. Every week from now on up to Christmas and probably beyond, I will be checking with you and we are going to be working on Hygge Christmas. Now this is for you if you have been feeling a bit overwhelmed with Christmas coming up, if you're tired of all the commercialism around Christmas. Maybe this year you are finally able to travel overseas to be with loved ones. Maybe like me, you just enjoy the whole Christmas prep where we're going to be concentrating on slow living. I'm going to have ideas for crafts that you can do, simple things so that we can really just put the joy back into it for us. And as usual, I'm basing my Christmas planning on the Flylady's Cruising Through the Holidays control journal. Now I've done this for the last few years. I've got a video for every Flylady step of Cruising Through the Holidays. We start in October and I'm taking ideas from that, and this is a weekly worksheet that I'm using to keep me on track. You can find them on my blog, dianedenmark.com. Also there are links to the templates so you can adjust them as you want in Canva. But you know me, please don't go printing out anything. Just throw away the idea of having to print out. All you need is a pen, paper, notebook, whatever you've got. And I'm going to be going through my list today, telling you what I'm working on and what the last section is going to be. Grab yourself a nice hot cup of tea or hot chocolate. If you're in the southern hemisphere, maybe you need some iced water. And before we get into all the Hygge planning, remember, we've got to keep going with our basics, the kind of scaffolding that holds us up. And what's that? That's our daily routines, the things that really keep you afloat when life is doing its best to knock us over. I've got a video on that of what to concentrate on, how to make it easy for yourself. And for those of you who are working with me with the Flylady system, we're on zone 5 this week. But I'll be talking about that as we go through the list. And I don't know if you noticed outside, it's really dull and grey in Copenhagen this morning, but all the better to get cozy. I actually woke up during the night because of the sound of the rain. Anyway, hey ho, it's all good and we've got the candles going, so we're good to go. And you don't need to print it out, just make notes as we go along, okay? Which week are we working on? For me, it's 24th of October. And the first section is shopping. Now, I have my shopping list of regular groceries. I have that, but this is a kind of extra, you know. Is there anything extra that we can be picking up this week? Extra baking supplies. And there is one thing that I would like you to write down on here. A little small edible gift for yourself. Maybe some kind of chocolate bar that you've never tried, some kind of healthy snack bar, because what we're going to be doing up to Christmas is we're going to be putting together a little stocking for ourselves, a little gift basket for ourselves, because we're so good at looking after everybody else and we sometimes forget ourselves. So just a tiny thing. When you're at the grocery store this week, you're going to be buying something for you, just for you, not for the kids, not for a church, not for your significant other, something for you. Projects and gifts. Have you got gifts that you can buy this week? We buy very few gifts and I get a list from the kids of things that they actually want and need. And I've started making a list for them of what I would like. But do you have any projects? Are you going to be baking a Christmas cake? Are you going to be making some edible gifts? I've got some ideas of really simple edible gifts that you can make. I'll put links to them in today's blog post along with the charts so you can have a look and get some inspiration there. But start thinking about those. What do you want to make this year? Are you going to make anything at all, or you're not going to do anything? We're just thinking about things, so get that on your list. Clean and decorate. If you're working along with me with the Flylady system, we're in zone 5 this week, which is the living room. And usually in the Flylady missions coming up to Christmas, what we're doing is every time that we're working on that zone, we're taking a step back and looking at it with visitor's eyes. Imagine that you were a visitor coming into your home. What would you notice? Oh, excuse me. What would you notice in the living room? I find it really helpful to see it with somebody else's eyes, or take a photo, see what jumps out at you. And moving forward, every week in the week up to Christmas or the holidays, whatever you're celebrating, We're just taking a bit of a closer look. Can we let go of that pile of newspapers? Are there knickknacks that can be put away because we're going to start decorating? So this week we're focusing in on Zone 5, the living room. You might want to write that down. And also in here I've got clean and decorate. Now we're not decorating for Christmas right now. We are in the month of October. We're coming up for Halloween, depending on when you're watching this video. And in Denmark, we like to bring the outside inside. That's one of our Hygge ways, is bringing the outside inside. And just a couple of little ideas for you. I've told you about the little chestnut crafts that we have. Here are my chestnuts, or buckeyes. They're called horse chestnuts or conkers. I often buy a butternut squash at this time of year, and it'll be displayed here by the sink for a week or so, and then I'll use it in cooking. If you need a hand, with a little Halloween thing, something that we've always enjoyed doing is buying some clementines. It could be clementines, it could be oranges, and you can draw little faces on it. And they don't need to be spooky faces. I've done this one, which is a little kind of cute face. And I like to have these displayed, and it's one of those things that we're going to eat the clementines anyway, but it's a nice little easy decoration. A great one to put in the kids' packed lunch boxes. So even though we're planning for a kind of Hygge Christmas, we're focusing in on the everyday. Right, next section I have called Wellbeing. And I love the word well-being because it's a really kind of positive word for self-care, your mental health, getting some good exercise in, looking after yourself. And think about something that you can do this week. I've got lots of ideas on my blog. I'll also put a link down below of things that you can do by Flylady Zone, little ideas that don't cost any money. Remember, when we're talking about well-being here, we're not going off to the spa for a whole day. We're just doing little things, maybe painting your nails. I need to dye my eyebrows this week because my eyebrows are almost non-existent because of my grey hair that's come in. I'm very light. My face kind of disappears if I don't put a bit of powder on my eyebrows. So I'm going to be dyeing my eyebrows this week. It's really easy to do, but follow the instructions on the package. I'm also going to try and up my exercise this week. Usually I run once a week, and the other days I'm on my bike down to see. I want to up my runs to twice a week, so I'm going to have to carve out time, actually put it into my diary. Remember, you need a time, a date and a place. When are you going to do that run? And I'm going to run twice this week, because I'm going to be doing the 5K every day in December, so I want to be in better shape for that. I'm also going to get in touch with my friend Jen and see if she wants to do an evening dip this week. You know, I'm a winter bather, and it's really dark here early now. The nights are really drawing in. It's actually really cozy to go for a little dip in the dark. So that's my kind of self-care this week. Onto the meal plan. Now, do not mess with this one. You've got to make sure that you're writing down a meal plan for each week. What I usually do is I go for kind of tried and trusted recipes that I can make with my eyes closed, and then probably once a week I'll try something new. And thanks to everybody who gave me the ideas for using up the apples that we have in the garden. On my menu plan this week will be a quiche with goat's cheese and apple. Thanks for the recipe for that. And also deviled sausages. I've never heard of those. So anyway, that's going on my meal plan. Also, one day this week, hubby is away traveling. And then I kind of resort to nursery food, like boiled eggs with soldiers. Do you know what those are? Like you cut up a piece of toast into fingers and you dip it in the boiled eggs. So that's going to be on my menu plan this week. Another night this week, hubby is taking me out to see one of my favourite comedians who's here in Copenhagen this week, Alan Carr. So we'll probably grab a bite to eat in time before we go and do that. So just make sure that you've actually got a menu plan, because at the moment you might think, oh yeah, I'm really on top of things. As we get towards Christmas and there are more things turning up, it's very easy to kind of forget about the menu plan, and then what happens is you completely forget to eat. Been there, done that. You're going from one event to the next at school or at church, and you haven't eaten anything normal all day, and you're just eating all the kind of festive stuff. Or we end up doing that thing of heading out and buying takeout or takeaway, and that's not good for our budget and it's not good for our health. So get into the habit of doing the menu plan. Also, I have a day where we are using up leftovers or looking in the fridge, seeing what's used up, and I use them in a risotto or some kind of quiche. Right, remember this last section and asked you for your ideas on it, and I've hummed and hawed and things, and actually I've decided it's just going to be a blank one that you can use for whatever you want, because here's the thing. I had lots of great ideas about what that last section could be. It could be acts of service, volunteering, helping somebody else. It could be taking your temperature like we did with our routines. How do we feel each day? Just checking in with ourselves. Could be faith-based, gratitude, writing down something every day that you're thankful for. So I'm gonna leave that up to you. And also, I want to keep it free for you to do something, because when I'm coaching, one of the things that I hear again and again, looking at the Flylady system and thinking it has to be done exactly as you see on the Flylady website. I want to give you the permission, the ball is in your court, you get to decide what that last section is. And let me know what you're going to put in that last section. And remember, it doesn't need to be the same every week. You could change it from week to week. Maybe there's something that you've completely forgotten about and you need a section for it. Last one, focus. Now, this is where you get to really think, okay, what do I want to achieve this week? Or where do I want to be at the end of this week? One of the things that I want to think about this week are all the events that are coming up. I see lots of Christmas markets coming up, church services, events going on in my ladies group, Christmas Hygge, crafternoon with my besties. And this week I'm going to look at my diary, I'm going to look at all these events, and I want to get them all plotted into my calendar. And also I want to decide what things I want to do this year, because we've got so much choice. But if I don't decide what I want to do and get it into the diary, it's not going to happen. So that's one thing that I want to focus on this week. The other thing that I want to focus on this week is my seasonal reading. Now, one of the things that I love to do coming up for Christmas is reading Christmas detective and mystery stories. But that means that I need to get those books ordered from the library. Now, luckily, I've got a list of the ones that I like to read. There's Hercule Poirot, The Mystery of the Christmas Pudding, and there are also various TV specials that I like to watch, the Father Brown Christmas thing. So that's the other thing. I want to have a brainstorm with those and get those ordered. So what do you think? Are you inspired to get moving on this? And hopefully it's going to take away the stress of things, because as I always say, it's so much easier when we have a plan for things. And I know there's 150 million different Christmas planners out there, but many of them miss the point that we do the brainstorming of all the gifts that we want to buy or the gifts that we want to make. But unless we've got a time, a date and a place, unless we're actually planning into our week, it's not going to happen. And this is going to take the guesswork out of it. You're going to have your list of what you want to get done, and then as you go through the week, you can check things off. Put them into your diary and remember to keep it Hygge. If you need a hand, I've got a whole Christmas series of videos where you can see me enjoying Christmas in Copenhagen, the Christmas markets, crafternoon with my besties, recipes, craft. I'll put the link up there and the link down below, but don't go binge watching videos about it. Get off your bahookie, just make a list and enjoy it. Oh, and let me know what you get for yourself this week, okay? Keep it small. We're not, I don't want you out spending tons of money, but just a little small thing so we can put together that Christmas stocking for ourselves. And something that will be going on my shopping list this week, I am in Denmark, the home of Hygge. You know, we love our candles. I'm going to be getting a new set of candles with the numbers on for my candle jar. So all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. The autumn Hygge be with you, and I'll see you very soon with a rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now.